Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be using these Artist Loft soft body colors mixed together, different combinations to come up with just a variety of kind of aqua blues, black and white, tinted with a little bit of copper. Got some leftover paints here, here's some yellow there, but I got some Master's Touch colors, and I'm going to be mixing things with Flood Foetrol and liquitex pouring medium. So I'll be going like 2 parts Flood Foetrol, 1 part pouring medium, 1 part paint for the most part. Okay, add a little bit of water here and there just to get them so that they're all even. I'll be doing a consistency check in a minute so you can see how I do that. I'm going to be adding some Flood Foetrol to the black just for some special effects. So here we go with my canvas. I'm showing you the back. I just got some 3/4 inch tape going up to the edge of the canvas. I usually leave a little gap just to make it a little easier to get off. Then I put a couple thumbtack on each corner, break out my level. We want this one nice and level. Some pours are more important to be level than others, but ring pours, ribbon pours, things like that where you want some symmetry maintained, you have to make sure you have a level surface. So here's my canvas. It's a 24 by 24 Artist Loft. I just flipped the lid over and I'm getting ready for my consistency check. Stir it up real good. I usually wipe the paint off before I put a drip just in case there's some thick stuff stuck to the stick. So then I put about a nickel size drop or glob of paint on there of each color. I'm going to speed it up because this is time consuming. And then we'll tip it up for 5 seconds and then compare the run of each color. I'm going for about 1.5 inches run on each color to get the proper consistency for this pour. Now the color that I'm going to be using as a dump color, which I'll explain later, is going to be a bit thinner, so I'm just going to thin that down with a little bit more water. It's going to be the black. So I'll have a black background, one mix of black, that's a background color, and then one mix of black, that's the dump color, which should be thinner. Alrighty then, so 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so they're not bad. That copper is a little thin, but so I just stirred it up a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and go with what I got, starting with the background color, black Artist Loft. It's mixed. There's no pouring medium in that. It's just Floetrol, about 2.5 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, no water. So I'm going to speed this up, listen to some jams. I'll get back to you on the other side. Okay, so I got my edges done, all ready to go. So I'm just going to pop the bubbles with the torch. Get my first color, which I'm starting with the Deco Art Satin Enamel White. I tinted it with just a little bit of blue so it won't be just stark white. And we're going to start with that in the center. And here we go with that. Pour it smack dab in the middle. some blue-green. Now that is the Deco Art Satin Enamel Aqua color. Okay, here we go with a little bit of Master's Touch Copper. And finally, going back to the Deco Art Satin Enamel White. It's tinted just slightly. It's hard to tell, it looks white as can be. I got my lights real bright. And here's my dump color, the black. I'm going to try to cover all the colors up with this and then start tipping it and pouring everything off the edges, going back and forth to center, side to center, and then those colors underneath will start peeking through, as you will see. Go back to center again. Got the majority of the paint back to center. Now I'm going to go forward. Take it off this corner. Go back to center. And try to get that black to cover up those colors, push it right off the edge. Now I just gotta have the two corners to get. See, there's plenty of paint on there. Okay, got that corner. Now I gotta tip it back a little bit to get some of my paint towards the center and move it off the last corner. You can already see the color, cells of color coming through. Okay, just about got it. Then I'm going to try to get the black back to center so that it's symmetrical, so I have the negative space in the center of the canvas, if possible. I don't want it to one side because I'm going to be doing a ring pour in the middle, is the plan. Having problems getting the corner covered, so I just dumped a little excess paint on there and that speeds it right up. So you can really see those colors coming back through now. It is a little asymmetrical, not that big of a deal. Alrighty, now we're ready for our ring pour. Here we go with the first color. I'm going to start the canvas spinning just to get it nice and even. Doing some petals. These will be in the background. So most of this will not even show. Pretty random there. For future, I would probably suggest to myself and others to not put quite as much paint if you're trying to maintain the dump and swirl or the pearls. You don't need so much in the middle for the ring pour. I kind of got a little carried away here and put too much paint, so in the end result was okay, but most of the pearls ended up being covered up. So in future videos you'll see that I restrained myself a little bit, but I wanted to show you this one too, just so you can see both directions you can go. So now I'm doing more of a traditional ring pour on top of those random petals. Didn't have my board centered very well either. I can see that now. If you do this just right, I've noticed that once you do the dump and swirl, if you can get your paint, whether it's a ring pour, ribbon pour, or what have you, on top of it, while there's still plenty of paint from the dump and swirl on there, that the layered paint on top will kind of meld in with the pearls, which just gives it a really cool effect. The pearls will start coming through the ring pour, breaking it up, which gives it a super 3D look. Instead of it just one layer on top of the other, they end up looking kind of integrated, which is kind of what I like. It's interesting. Looks like it needs something yet. Some of these colors are disappearing. I'm going to put some copper in the center, which you'll notice actually pretty much sinks into it. There will be a teeny bit left at the end, but not much. Even if you don't like the end results of the painting, I found upon watching other channels that even if I don't like the painting, you get ideas from the concept and how you can take their ideas and improve upon them as far as you're concerned, or get something out of it that wasn't initially seen in the video. So you might take this idea and use different colors, streamline it, have it more symmetrical, etc. I mean, there's a million ways you can do it, but no one's right or wrong, so it's just whatever you like. Alright, so a lot of my black is sunken into the canvas, so I'm going to try to reinstall it, so to speak. Try to get my spiral a little more obvious. We're getting close to the end here, finally. Want to reestablish that spiral. There we go. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, as always. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to center the composition. I think I got her pretty close. I want to remind you to please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate that. We putting out a video every week. If you got questions, comments, please leave them. I'll be happy to get back to you. I really like the comments. And I also want to thank once again the Surf Zombies for providing our background music. I really appreciate that. Couldn't do it without them. I'll be zooming in for a close-up here in a second. This is on my floor. So a few minutes later, it's really mushed together a bit. Some things I like about it, some things I don't. You be the judge. It looks kind of like a whirlpool or something. It's pretty interesting. You can barely see the copper in the center. But here you can see the pearls infused with the ribbon pour. Now that I do like. So next time I probably would just, if I were to change something, I would have reduced the amount of the Deco Art Satin Enamel Aqua. It seemed to be dominant. So I think I probably got just a little too much of that. But here's the dry version. It ended up looking pretty cool. Once again, thanks again. I'll see you next week. Until then, have a great weekend. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.